Why do I feel like my every move is being watched? Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. So I'm sitting at my desk one day, minding my business, doing some 3D modeling as one would, when out of the blue I think, wouldn't all of this be easier if I had extra keys for all the key combinations I want? So I set off to look for macropads. It's sold out. Well, those are okay, but they are ortholinear. Won't that hurt my hands? What are the youngings buying these days? Oh yeah, they're buying those fancy ergonomic keyboards. All of the ergonomic macropads I find are either way too expensive or non-mechanical. Looking at you, Razer, with your mecha membrane bullshit.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Most of the PCB designing process you won't see on video because I didn't film it, but here are all the steps. First, I used Ergogen to design a bare-bone version of the PCB. Unfortunately, their documentation is not that great, so I want to thank Ben Vlog in his super comprehensive video which shows how to use Ergogen and completes the documentation very nicely. Now that I have the basic PCB file, I can just root it all up. I'm going to round the traces and all that good stuff. Let's take a small moment to look at how the wiring works. So you want a lot of switches on your keyboard, but only have a limited number of pins on your MCU. There just aren't enough pins for everything. How do you get around that? Well, here's how. Basically, you divide your keyboard up into rows and columns. The MCU will query every column one at a time by sending an electric signal. It will then read the state of all the rows at the same time. When you press down a key, it completes a circuit, and the MCU can now determine what key was pressed. Why would you need diodes? Well, if you press multiple keys at once and you don't have any diodes, the signal from one key can flow back and trigger other keys. This is called ghosting. I wrote some pretty basic configuration files for the firmware to get a supposedly working build. Yup, compiles fine. I ordered a PCB.
Hold it. Run that back.
Wait a minute. Go right. There, freeze that.
Full screen.
Okay, freeze that.
Tighten up on that wing. Vector in on that guy by the back wheel.
Zoom in right here on this spot.
With the right equipment, the image could be enlarged and sharpened.
What's that?
It's an enhancement program.
Can you clear that up any?
I don't know. Let's enhance it.
Enhance section A6.
I enhanced the detail and...
Fine, I'll admit it. I made a small mistake on my first try. When I rounded the traces, one of them decided to run through a hole. With that small issue out of the way, I could order the parts. And now, I just have to wait a few weeks for them to arrive. But with the power of editing...
2 weeks later.
PCB is finally here, I can start building. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3... Alright, let's upload the firmware. Everything works! Yay! I'll make a 3D printed standoff for the macropad in a bit so I can stand straight. In the meantime, take care. I'll see you later.